Students, how are you? I think you are well. Today, I will discuss about climate science. I request all of you to pay attention to my class. I would like to mention learning outcomes. I think these learning outcomes will help you to make the text clearly. So, look at the whiteboard. You will be able to read and understand text. Talk about climate and environment. You will be able to know some keywords. I think these keywords will help you to have a clear concept about the topics. Ask and answer questions. If I ask you, then you will answer my questions after reading the text. And you will be able to write paragraphs about climate and environment. So students, before going to read out the passage, I would like to write some keywords. So before I write at keywords, I would mention some keywords on the whiteboard and you have to follow my class. Pretty. Pretty. You can pronounce with me. Pretty. Receive. And surface. Surface. Dangerous. Dangerous. And unfortunately, release, and the next allow. Students, follow me, and I think this will help you to a great extent. Pretty means nice. Receive means have or get. Surface, the outer part of something. Outer part of something. Dangerous, risky. Unfortunately, unlucky. Release means image. Allow means permit. So you can write down these keywords in your notebook and that will help you to make the meaning clear of the text. Again, I repeat the keywords: pretty, receive, surface, dangerous, unfortunately, release and allow. So students, now I would like to read out the passage for your sake. For your sake. Now listen. Unit 9, lesson 3, the greenhouse effect. Students, listen to me very carefully. A greenhouse is a house made of glass. It has glass walls and a glass roof. People grow vegetables, flowers and other plants in them. A greenhouse stays warm inside, even during winter. During the daylight hours, a greenhouse gets warmer and warmer and stays pretty warm at night too. This is because the heat received from the sun is trapped inside the greenhouse by the glass. The earth is also like a greenhouse. During the earth's surface warms up in the sunlight. At night, the surface cools, releasing the heat back into the air. But some of the heat is trapped by gases like carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. This gas is called greenhouse gases, work like the walls and roof and keep the earth warm. This is global warming and it is making the earth a dangerous planet. Unfortunately, we are making the earth too hot. We are using oil, gas, coal for running cars, buses, trains, planes, power stations, and so on. These fuels have carbon in them. This carbon and other gases trap the heat in the atmosphere and do not allow the earth to cool down. As a result, the earth gets hotter. Students, I finished the reading and I discuss the what are the causes of climate change. You know, every day we are burning fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means oil, natural gas, petrol, octane, coal, etc. If we burn this, then it creates a lot of carbon dioxide, and carbon dioxide mixed with air and pollutes the atmosphere, and in this way it is the main culprit to increase the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So we all of us should try to minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide by not using the fossil fuels. We can use bicycles, and we have to shake off the old vehicles which are more than 20 years old, and in this way we can reduce the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and we can also use solar energy instead of fossil fuels, and we have to think alternative ways that will help us to reduce the global warming, and we are human beings are responsible for that. So I would like to mention some topics to why our planet is dangerous. We know today's world is industrial based world, and many mills and factories are built here and there, and they need energy. How can we produce energy? Energy can be produced by burning coal, natural gas. So naturally, carbon dioxide is emitted in the atmosphere. Students, so I would like to write some questions here, and what do you mean by questions? What do you mean by greenhouse? Greenhouse. What do you mean by greenhouse? What is greenhouse? So we know greenhouse. A greenhouse is a house made of glass, and this glass cannot allow the heat to come out from the greenhouse. That is why global warming is increasing day by day. Next questions: how does it work? How does it work? It traps the heat from the sun and and the walls of greenhouse don't allow the heat to come out to come out. In this way the greenhouse works. Next, here a word sentence mentioned the earth is like a greenhouse. How is it possible? How is it possible? The earth is a the earth is like a greenhouse. Do you think so? Do you think so? Why? Now I ask you, do you think the earth is like a greenhouse? Of course, yes. Yes, the earth is like a greenhouse because when the earth becomes hot during daylight and some gases like carbon dioxide works like a wall and it does not allow the heat to come out from the earth. That is why the earth is like a greenhouse. Next, what are the main causes of climate change? What are the main causes of climate change? Climate change. Students, already have known that there are many causes of climate change. First, burning of fossil fuels, then carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbon, and other gases. And people are responsible for the climate change because every day they are burning some things and it creates smokes and it releases carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. In this way, our climate changes negatively, not positively. And in this case, we have to be cautious in using in our everyday life. And first reasons, carbon dioxide, waste materials, mills and factories, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, and human beings. These are the causes of climate change: carbon dioxide, waste materials, mills and factories, CFC, and human beings. So students, now we can go the next questions. Next questions is, how can we minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide, because it is the main culprit to change our climate. And how can you minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere? Students, notice here, already we have discussed in our passage what are the causes of climate change, and now it's for you how can you minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We can minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide by using alternative ways of our daily life, such as not to burn the fossil fuels unnecessarily, and use solar energy instead of fossil fuels, and create awareness among the people. And in this case, the mass media can play an important role to make the people conscious about their activities and inspire them not to do any harmful things for our environment. And in this case, we can minimize the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Students, so I think I request you to read the passage again and again to have a clear concept about climate change. What are the causes of climate change? Now, how can we prevent our climate positively? And now I will give you homework. Write a paragraph about climate change. I think you will do the work perfectly at your home and submit your homework to our schools. Thank you all. See you again. Allah Hafiz.